Okay, so two things can happen when your Merkaba activates. Either, two things can happen when your Kundalini activates. Okay, either your physical body will like degenerate. I mean, I don't know what can happen. You can land in the hospital. You'll have serious issues, or your physical body will transform. Two things can happen. Okay, when your Merkaba activates, two things can happen. Either your physical body will, you leave the body, or your body will fail, or your body will transform. And that is how you know that this person's Merkaba is activated, because of the transformation in the body. Okay, now I am able to sustain that level of energy in my body because my body is transforming. My body is transforming. Okay, and this will keep going on as the years go by, and only when your body has reached a certain level of light, your Kundalini can sustain up, what we call the Chakra Bedan. By that time you're basically, as I said, not in this dimension. Okay, see, if you need another teacher, let me suggest there is a teacher on YouTube called Lisa Transcendence Brown. Okay, that is one teacher. And there is another person, their name is T Taylor. I don't know if the channel is still active, but these two channels, they talk about the crystalline skin, they talk about the light body, they talk about the Merkaba. Okay, so if you want some genuine people, now I'm giving you reference to some genuine people so you can identify these fake people. Okay, these narcissistic spiritual teachers who are out there. Okay, they're just looking for validation and followers, huge followers, and that too, what kind of followers? Stupid followers, dumb followers, completely unintelligent followers who don't question them, who just, their only job is to put them on a pedestal and worship them. Okay, and in return get little bits, crumbs of validation. Okay, so the problem is not of this narcissist, the problem are the stupid people around. Actually, I'm sorry for them because they are ignorant, they don't know any better. But at least educate yourself and stop being spiritually codependent like this. It is bad for you because you are having energy cords from your solar plexus to this person. So this is a parasitic energy structure. Okay, when you put someone on a pedestal like that, okay, they are continuously sucking your energy, they're draining your energy, there are cords to your solar plexus. So be very careful which teacher you do that to. No, you don't want to. In this twin flame journey, we are talking about cutting psychic cords. Okay, we don't want to create psychic cords or any kind of codependency. You have to be spiritually independent. Any teacher is your guide. They are just your guide. Don't make them sit on your head. Respect them. They have a lot of respect. Your spiritual guru has a lot of respect. Don't disrespect them. But at the same time, don't create this codependent relationship. Question them when necessary. Ask for proof. Ask for proof, and don't subscribe to such fake people's channels, because you're just empowering the negative timelines on this planet. Okay, you are empowering you are responsible for that, because that karma gets lost in your system. No, it will not get lost in my system or a person who knows nothing about it. That karma, where it will go of empowering such fake people, it will go in your system and you will experience the negative effects of it. Your children will experience. Okay, so now the third, I have explained to you what this Merkaba is. I told you, ask the proof. If somebody says my light body is activated, tell them to show your skin. Show your skin. Your body has to transform. Okay, because two things happen when Merkaba activates. Either your body will deteriorate or your body will transform. There are proofs for this. You can't say, see, this person, this teacher, whoever I'm talking, I don't want to take the name, I'm not interested much in this person. All I'm interested in is spreading the truth to my followers so that my followers don't follow such stupid people and don't come down on their level. Okay, maintain your intelligence level. So, yeah, this person, what are they claiming? Yeah, first of all, this person claims that they are in a reunion. Okay, now if you are married to somebody else and if your twin is married to somebody else, that is not a reunion, that is an affair. It is an affair. You know, these people don't have eyes to see. The people who are following them, they don't have eyes to see. Okay, this person is in an affair. Okay, it's a multiple partners. Okay, in the day you are roaming with your twin flame, and at night you sleep. I'm so sorry to say this. You know, how is this possible? Twin flame journey is a pure journey. It's your 100% commitment. It's your all that you're giving to this person. And as long as you are in a karmic relationship, you can't be with your twin. You know, both of you all have to be single. He has to finish, you have to finish your karma with this karmic relationship or whatever you're having. That other person has to finish his karma. You all have to be single, basically. Okay? Then the reunion happens. The universe creates such situations. And the universe really separates twin flames until the karma is not cleared. So basically, you are in separation. After you've cleared all your stuff, then you all are single, and then you will come in reunion. So these are all just fake reunions, okay? I mean, these are affairs if you see, you know. These are affairs if you see. This is not dedication. This is not loyalty, you know. And the most interesting thing are the stupid followers. Okay, stupid followers. So it's the stupid followers that encourage these kinds of teachers. Anyways, what kind of leaders we have just reflects on the level of consciousness of the people. Yeah, if the people are of a very low level consciousness, what kind of leaders we can expect? Leaders will also be like that only, no? Because leaders reflect the people. Leaders reflect the collective consciousness of of the country or the region wherever the leader is working. Okay, so I've spoken about the Merkaba, I've spoken about the false claims of Merkaba activation, like psychic gifts, and yeah, and I've asked people to ask for some proof. Okay, now I'll come to my question, the main topic of this video. Is Kundalini activation, Kundalini ascension necessary for twin flame reunion? No. No, it is not necessary, because there are a lot of real twin flames that are in physical union without having that Merkaba activation, without having that raised Kundalini. Okay. Now, when they meditate, they do experience Kundalini. Okay, but that is a different form of Kundalini. What I'm talking about is, like, you know, keeping Kundalini raised. Okay, that is only possible when your Merkaba activates. Okay, and even then, there are also a lot of other twin flames who have not even activated their Kundalini, and they are in physical reunion. That is possible because what is really required for physical reunion is you have to be in an awakened state. You have to learn to have non-karmic energy exchanges, meaning your chakras have to be cleared. You must know how to have balanced energetic exchanges with your twin and with other people. Okay, so an awakened state of consciousness is required where you're not completely in 3D. Okay, and you need to have clear chakras, balanced chakras, and balanced energetic exchanges. You basically need to maintain that polarity balance with your twin. Okay, so as long as you have these two things, you can have the physical reunion. Now, there was this famous Indian Siddha, Indian master who was world famous, and his name is Yogananda. Okay, now Yogananda also thought about twin flames. He just did not use the term twin flames, he used the term true soulmate. Okay, true soulmate. So instead of using the terms twin flames, he used to use the term true soulmates. So even when he thought about twin flames, he spoke about polarity balance and all of that, and balanced karmic exchanges, because only then the union can be sustained. There cannot be codependency. Okay, so this teacher, respected Swami Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda he is called. So he thought about twin flames. Okay, and even during that time, as much knowledge that I have, it was not necessary. It was not necessary to awaken your Kundalini to be with your what he called a true soulmate. Okay, so, and there are many twin flames. I know how you recognize twin flames is they look alike. A lot of people say that twin flames don't look alike. No, that is not the reality. What is the meaning of twin? What is the meaning of twin? Twin means you have the same soul blueprint. You have to look alike. They look alike. The eyes look similar sometimes. Sometimes the lips look similar. Sometimes the entire face looks similar. Okay. But one thing is sure, you can feel that same resemblance in each other. They have to look similar, otherwise they are not twin flames. You look at all the, whether they are ascended twin flames or whether they are just twin flames from this world, you look at them, they look similar. They are real twin flames. There are many twin flame couples out there on YouTube. Just see the original ones, see the real ones. They will always look similar. Okay, so that is one thing. So Kundalini ascension, rising your Kundalini, is it necessary to be with your twin flame, to unite with your twin flame? No, it is not necessary. It is not necessary. Okay, but what happens is when twin flames meet, Kundalini rises. Okay, Kundalini always rises when twin flames meet. Okay, because they share the same chakra system, and when they meet, really what happens is a type of energetic balance happens within their chakras, and their kundalini rises. Okay, but is it necessary? No, it is not necessary. It is a consequence of doing spiritual work. It is a consequence of doing chakra clearing and balancing work. Like if you do the chakra balancing work, your kundalini can rise. Okay, but is it necessary? No. What is necessary is you should know the technical aspects that are related in managing this relationship. You should know all the spiritual technicalities that are involved in managing this relationship, the energy balancing between the two partners and with the rest of the world. Okay, so that is required. There is another channel, there's another channel. I'm not talking about Hindi channel. I'm talking about the English channel from a foreign country. Maybe it's from US only. So there is this other channel, and they teach the twin flame union process, and they don't really talk much about Kundalini. Okay, and a lot of twin flames have come into physical reunion, permanent reunion without awakening their Kundalini. Okay, Kundalini does awaken, but what I'm saying is it necessary to sustain that awakened Kundalini and the Markaba and all of that? Okay, to get into the reunion? No. You can get into reunion provided you know how to have non-karmic energy exchanges, non-codependent energy exchanges. That is the main thing. Okay, so I have covered the main point of this video now. Okay, Kundalini awakening is not necessary. Okay, but there is a big but here. Okay, see, and listen to me very carefully. Okay, Kundalini awakening is not necessary for twin flames that are basically from the 3D plane, going on their spiritual journey, going on their ascension journey. For them to be in reunion, it is not necessary. Okay, but if you are an Illumine twin flame, if you are a star seed, then it is not only necessary, it happens. There is no control over it. Okay, if you are a Illumine twin flame or a star seed, basically you are a 5D soul, you are a volunteer that has come here. Okay, so when you meet your twin flame, not only Kundalini, even the Markaba activates. Okay, your Markaba activates simultaneously, your Kundalini activates, and for these kinds of twin flames, because see, I have always spoken about these two types of twin flames right from the first video that I made last year. Okay, I've always spoken about these two types of twin flames. So for one category of twin flames that are on their spiritual journey, that are basically from this dimension, this world, it is not necessary to awaken your Kundalini. So all those teachers that you will find that say, it's not necessary to awaken Kundalini to be in reunion, they are right. But they belong to, the third dimensional 3D twin flames, we can say, of this world, who are going on their ascension journey, which is a very good thing. Okay, but they belong to that category. Now those star seeds and Eudemine twin flames who have come here as volunteers, for them it is very, very important, because it is very, very important for them to go back home. The volunteers are not come here to stay in 3D. The volunteers will have come here, will do their work, and they are gone back to 5D. Because right now I am not grounded in this planet. My entire chakras are connected to the 5D construct. And I'm going back there after my time is over. Okay. So the star seeds, they are not, then after your Merkaba activates, you're not grounded in the matrix, you're not in the 3D matrix, you are in the 5D matrix. And that is a multi-dimensional matrix, is not just limited to 5D. It is 6D, 7D, all that, okay. Now, people are saying this planet is ascending, okay. So there is a lot of confusion around it. Now let me clarify your confusion. See, basically what is happening, this is the time of ascension, okay. So during the ascension, what happens is a dimensional split, okay. Consciousness splits in dimensions. There are 3 splits that are happening. One is the old earth, which is famously known as old earth, which is the 3D construct, and it is moving towards destruction. Then there is the 4th density construct, which is 5th dimensional. Now there are 2 words, density and dimension, okay. This parallel earth timeline will be the ascending earth. You know, a lot of twin flame reunions are happening here, a lot of awakenings are happening here. You see all these awakenings, the spiritual community, all these teachers, you know, who are creating all these twin flame reunions. They're doing all this great work, they are amazing. All these people belong to the, mostly they belong to the 4th density construct, okay. This is the ascending earth construct. This is the construct we came here to help and work in. This is the new earth. This is the level the planet is ascending to, okay. So this is the new form of Gaia, okay. Now there is the 3rd construct, which is the 5th dimensional construct, which is known as the, you know, this is basically your home. It's the home of star seeds, okay. This is home, okay. This is your home. This is where you have to go back. So this is the 5D construct, okay. And her name is also, she's also known as Tara, Terra Nova, okay. So these are the names for the 5D earth construct, okay. Now I've spoken about 3 construct. One is the earth that is moving towards destruction, that is the collective reality moving towards destruction. The other collective reality is moving towards ascension, okay, and that is where all the light workers are, you know, we are doing all our work over here. And then is the ascended reality, which is the 5th density reality. You know, when you're grounded in this reality, that is when your Merkaba activates, that is when your light body activates, that is when your skin turns crystalline, okay. So depending on your level of ascension, you will be moving, as the years pass, as the time passes, you will be moving to one of this construct. Either you'll be going to the lower 3D earth with all that AI technology and all that destruction, and you know, people talk about all these conspiracy theories and all of that. Yeah, all that shit is going to happen there. So you don't want to be on that planet, please. You don't want to be. It is going to be a prison planet, far worse than what 3D has been. Okay, so that is that earth construct. Then next earth construct is where our planet is going, that is the ascended earth, okay. That is where the twin flames will be working mostly, and that is the earth that we are, you know, basically empowering with our energy. So that earth will continue ascending from 3D 3rd density to 4th density, and from 4th density to 5th density. But to get to that 5th density, that will take many years. You can say maybe 1000 years also possible, okay. But it is shifting to 4th density now, okay. For, I think in 2032, this planet will entirely be a fourth density planet, fifth dimension. Fifth dimension will be grounded here on this planet, okay? But what I'm talking about going home, okay? What I'm talking about light body Merkaba activation, that is a different level of reality, that is fifth density. Okay, your body turns crystalline only when you are grounded in the fifth density. Okay, so that is a different level of earth. Okay, so I hope I have cleared some confusions here. Okay, because see, the 5D souls that came here, they'll naturally be going back. No, why they'll stay here? They are volunteers. They are volunteers to do some energetic work for the planet. They will do their work, and this is completely controlled by the higher self. Okay, this is not at the control of the personality. Like my ego personality is not controlling me, it is completely in control. See, my ego personality was controlling me, one thing I would have done by now is made a lot of money, but what I've actually achieved is just Merkaba activation. I have just made sure that I'll be going home. Okay, I've just made sure that I am grounded in 5D, fifth dimension, fifth density. Okay, so I've spoken about the three earths, the three, third density, fourth density, and fifth density. Okay, majority of the people will be in the fourth. Okay, so as I was saying, I was speaking about the three earths. Okay, so this is where I'm clarifying. So one earth construct, which is a collective reality, a set of timelines, will be heading towards destruction. The other construct is the ascending construct, okay, and this is in the process of ascension, which will take many years. Okay, it will start from 2032. Okay, I mean ascension has already started, but it will come to the level of 5D in 2032. Okay, and from then on it will continue ascending. Okay, this will be the fourth density construct, the fifth dimension. Okay, and then you have the fifth density construct. Okay, so I've explained to you the three earth constructs. Okay, now the star seeds will be returning to this fifth density construct. Okay, how it will be happening is little bit esoteric, and I will tell it in my later videos. So you have to choose your frequency. Okay, you have to make sure that you are not having heavy karma in your chakras, because that will put you to the lower density planet that is moving towards destruction. You have to stay on the ascending construct. Okay, that is why you have we came here, the star seeds came here. That is why a lot of light workers are here at this planet, to help people to move into the ascending construct. Okay, yeah, and regarding those teachers that make all these false claims, these people are just hungry for validation, frankly speaking. They're just hungry for validation. See, for me, all this has been happening spontaneously. Okay, because my avatar self is controlling me. Okay, and the only thing that I have dedicated a lot of time in my life is the ancestral karmic clearing for now. Okay, so as you can see, to activate your Merkaba, to activate your right body, it requires a hell lot of dedication. Okay, so all these people who are making these false claims, that I have activated my Merkaba and things like that, have they put in that kind of work towards it? Have they put in all the sacrifices towards it? Okay, that is what I'm asking. Okay, and before putting them on the pedestal, please ask them for a proof. Ask them for a proof. Tell them, if your Merkaba is activated, is your skin turning crystalline? Is your body capable of sustaining that Kundalini? No. Then why make false claim just to get all this adoration? Is this how thirsty and hungry you are for external validation? Why? You're not in self meditation mode. Okay, so this is not expected of a spiritual teacher. Okay, right now we know that we have all this type of false gurus and stuff like that. What to do? It is part of 3D. It is part of 3D. Yes, people are ascending, people are shedding their karma, but they are not really 5D souls as they claim to be. Because if you are an illumined twin flame, because this very teacher claims that she is a 5D soul, she is a star seed, she's come from a different dimension. If you come from a different dimension, life is very different for you. Okay, star seeds have a very different characteristic. They live a very different life. Okay, there are certain characteristics of star seeds. Okay, there is. It's like oil and water cannot mix. So all these things, all these points you have to consider before putting everyone on the. But I'm just speaking my truth. I'm not really concerned much about this, because as time goes by, there will be more awareness regarding Kundalini. There will be more awareness regarding Chakra Bhedan, which is sustaining the Kundalini. And anyone can awaken the Kundalini, then it falls down, and in meditation it rises again. That is normal. But to sustain the Kundalini in each chakra, and especially in the third eye, that is a very different thing. Okay, and very few people have been able to do it as far as my knowledge goes. And if anyone has done it, I would really, really love to meet that person. I'm also talking about my limitations here, but as far as whatever knowledge I have, I can tell you that that is very difficult to do. Okay, unless your Merkaba is activated. Okay, and another point that I missed out here is Kundalini awakening dangerous? It is dangerous if you don't do it without if you do it without a guru. Okay, if you're doing it, you have to do it with the guru, and hopefully if you find the right guru, you will be safe. If you don't find the right guru, you're in trouble. So a lot of risk involved here. Okay, this is not a joke. It's risky. But if your Merkaba is activated, then the Kundalini awakens safely. Okay, because see, what is Kundalini? Kundalini is the Shakti. Okay, so who can hold a Shakti? Tell me, who can hold a Shakti? You have to become Shiva to hold the Shakti. Meaning you have to reach that Shiva level of consciousness. Okay, I'm not talking about the God Shiva. I'm talking about the level of consciousness, the Shiva level of consciousness, which is the level of your avatar self. Right? So only that avatar self can hold this Kundalini. And most of the people who talk about this Kundalini awakening, they have had experiences of Kundalini awakening. Their Kundalini rises and falls, but they have not reached that level of Chakra Bhedan, which is sustaining the Kundalini up. Like if your chakra is reached, if your Kundalini has reached in the heart, it will remain there. If it's reached in the throat, it will remain there. If it has reached in the third eye, it will remain there. And how it feels is it feels like a fountain. It feels like a fountain. It's very difficult to, it feels like, sometimes it feels like your body is going to explode. This is the reason why Kundalini doesn't rise in much people, it doesn't. It is very dangerous. It awakens all your psychic capacities and all of that, but basically when your Kundalini awakens, you need to go in an isolation phase. During this phase, you are basically embodying your avatar self, and when you embody your avatar self, then you can hold this Kundalini. Okay, because you have to heal your unconscious mind and come into that soul consciousness. Okay, so this is my clarification on the question that people ask, whether Kundalini activation, Kundalini ascension is necessary for twin flame union. It's not necessary. And another thing is, if you like my video, please like it, please subscribe to my channel because I need more subscribers. And I know that nobody likes to hear the truth because I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not like pleasing your ego. I'm just telling the truth of the journey as it is. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, I had never expected it to be like this. I was just a normal person who wanted a relationship and a good career. That's it. But when I found out who I was, everything changed. And I don't think there is anything wrong involved in saying it as it is. You know, I'm going to say it as it is. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that is not my issue. Okay, I am what I am. And I was like this even when I wasn't this. You know, because that time my focus was on materialistic things and achieving things, but I couldn't get there because something was always pulling me back. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please share. And if you like my artworks, you can buy my artworks. I put the link below down, so you can scroll down and it will take you to my Instagram page or my page and my Facebook page, and you can buy my wonderful artwork which is handmade. If you want prints, you can contact me. If you want sessions also, you can contact me. My number is given below. And please like, subscribe, share this video, and think on what I have said, you know, and be careful of all these fake teachers who are just out to get some validation. Okay, so I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you again with another informative piece of informative video. And for that time, take care and bye for now.